Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Shipyard Champions. Today we are facing something that we don't really know. It is called the 8-inch Menace. That's the task that Larry has set for us in this new season. So we have a whole new set of opportunities to get as many points as possible and see who ends up highest on the leaderboard. Now, the challenge for today is called 8-inch Menace. That's what she said. The Spanish Navy has unleashed a menace of a battleship that is packed with 8-inch guns and a couple of high-caliber sniper rifles. Your mission is to sink this battleship. A spy managed to take a picture of said battleship. This is the only data we have on said vessel. Use it to your advantage. So the enemy is going to be that Spanish battleship that is a shared design that was provided to me. Well, to us, I should say, to all the other content creators taking part. Friendly nation, free pick, year 1912. Daytime is going to be morning. Weather, own choice, but random will give you +1 point. So naturally we're going random. Range, own choice, but between 15 and 20 clicks. Time of day, morning, friendly ships, 1 heavy cruiser. Plus, 1 free pick from below, which is either an extra heavy cruiser or up to 4 destroyers. Okay. I'm not sure yet. Oh, there's also a secondary challenge. Low maintenance. The person who keeps the maintenance value of his ships as low as possible will gain an additional point. The person who has the highest maintenance value will lose a point. This will be calculated when you finish designing your ship. The maintenance of your ships will be added to one another to see your final score. So I suspect that if you have 4 DDs, that could be cheaper than a heavy cruiser, but it's going to depend very much on what you put on your ship. Point system. Sinking enemy battleship, 2 points. Using randomized weather, 1 point. Losing your entire task force will lose you 1 point. So if you use this, the random weather, and then you don't actually win, you end up with 0. The person with the lowest ship maintenance total will gain 1 additional point. With the highest maintenance will lose a point. And if 2 admirals kill the target, then the time spent in battle will decide the winner. Okay, there's not really a whole lot we can learn from this picture, is there? It's a very low quality photo that this spy has taken. I'm seeing the high caliber single barrel sniper-esque rifles, and then a whole bunch of 8-inch dual barrel by the looks of it. So that means it's going to be equally dangerous to heavy cruisers and destroyers. I don't believe that in 1912, which is the year I've been provided, I'll be able to get destroyers with long-range torps. Heavy cruisers against that level of firepower cannot be armored sufficiently. This is going to get really tough. Let's go with the destroyers. I don't think this is going to go very well. It's going to be a really tricky fight. Alright, design ships. Let's go design a heavy cruiser and destroyers. And I am having the British as my nation. Completely forgot to set the nation. So I guess we're British now. Now, things like this is what I would normally pick. Front tower 8. However, with the front tower, you're going to 533. With the front tower base, you're also going to 531. Never mind. Things like this is going to balloon your maintenance to 3 million a month. Of course you cannot have a 38-knot cruiser in 1912. That does not quite work out that way. Okay. Well. Torpedo launchers. Excellent. Range. Standard prop. Or fast. It's optimistic to think I'm going to get into range, but I'm willing to give it a go. What would this give me? 6 kilometers? We're going to send these guys into death. Like, death by either the large caliber sniper rifles or the 8-inchers at 6 clicks. My torpedo launchers won't even make it there. It is probably going to be that simple. Okay. Let's say it's an 8-inch... Like, it's that. What does this do? This has a standard range of 10-1. Okay. If I try and, let's say, boost that to as much as it can be by elongating the barrels, We're going to be getting up to, what, 15? Not even. We're still looking at 12. Sorry, 10. That's weird. Hold on. 10-2 for the HE. 7.5? Okay. It's weird. How many 8-inchers can I fit? The answer appears to be yes on this particular design. Should we just burn this thing down? Is that going to be the plan? I mean, it's not fancy, but if it works... Of course, you'll only really be able to use half of that armament, but I think it's safer than torpedo launchers. Okay, that's going to be the plan. What sort of engine we got? We got this cruise speed, 62.5%, or 52. This is going to displace more, actually. Engine vibrations and shit. Not that bad. No engine vibrations. I think that's with diesels. Minus 15%. Plus 25%. Oh. Engine vibrations throw off your aim, but if you got a lot of shells flying towards the target, I don't really care about the aim. Okay, so the objective, tank the shit out of the enemy target. And I'd rather complete the mission than bank on using a cheap ship that might not survive. I will cut some corners, like with an auxiliary engine. I think maintenance does not impact the crew. It does. By quite a lot as well. Okay, well the Powerful is not going to be a cheap ship to run. 14,500, there we go. It's not going to be a cheap ship to run. I'm not going to use an anti-torpedo system. It's going to just add extra weight, which I don't care about. So, let's see. That is an enormous tower. Can you pick something a little less conspicuous? 6.5 base accuracy. 4 base accuracy. Weight, 575. Okay. Hold on. Can I do what I think I can do? Because if I can, then I'm going to have a monster of a ship. Engine efficiency is, with one funnel, is 172%? The hell? Okay. Really? Fine. It'd be like that. Let's see, they have 8-inchers. It's a Mark II. What? How's the 8-incher Mark II, but the 9-inch is Mark III? What? Hold on. If I can just ignore the 8-inchers mounted on the battleship, I might be able to outsnipe it with a couple of 11s. Can you do a side mount 11-inch? Yeah, if you really want to. It's not particularly fancy, but I guess you could. Okay. What do you mean I cannot place the secondary tower there? Sure I can. The whole... This thing is one... Like, the whole boat's one citadel. Period. There's no... Welcome to my arsenal ship. That's what I'm running with. Okay. It's going to be either 8-inchers all over the place, or, well, 9-inchers in this case, or it's going to be the big 11s. The problem is, I don't have barbettes. What? No mounts. Well, unfortunately, I'm not sure if this is going to fit an 11-inch. It will not. Okay. If I use this with an autoloader, or at least the closest equivalent... Yeah, I think it's not going to get... Like, this thing won't win any beauty prizes. Oh, come on. Get with the program. What? Turn off mirror mode. Oh crap, you can only have... You can only have a certain number of those. That's why the game is protesting. It'd be like that. Okay, fine. If it's like that, it's like that. Mirror mode on. Gun there. Gun there. That's all my side mounts. I can now have 6 centerline guns. So naturally we shall. So a centerline 9-incher. Oh, come on. Really? What good are you then? Oh, but you can fit an 8-inch. Like... Right. Okay. This thing reloads in 21 seconds. This thing reloads in 21 seconds as well. The 8-inch Mark II is just an awful gun. Well, okay, maybe it's not awful, but it is definitely not better. Can we do this? Will this... Will that turn? It will? Cool, you're hired. You're fired. You're going to sit over there. And then we're going to have... Well, I guess more 9-inchers. Like one there, one here. I'd like 2 of them there, but I'm afraid that won't fit. What do you mean pitch is very high? Okay. What gives me the lowest chance of flash fire? 12.5. We're going to use big shells. We're going to use HE burninators. We're going to use barbettes. And we're going to use a rangefinder, coincidence 3. Don't care for torpedoes, don't care for that. Good lord, shall we put some armor on this thing? Maybe. 3-inch deck. 3-inch fore, 3-inch aft. I don't know. 3-inch there, 3-inch there, 2-inch superstructure, 8-inch main belt. Give me another inner belt for 4 inches or something. And then we're going to supersize them. Yes. Now you're catching on. Okay, reload's going to blossom. It's going to be 32 seconds, but they will be more accurate. Will this rotate? Mostly. I'm not sure I can trust mostly when it comes to gun rotation. See, it still will not exactly do what I want it to. It's just the wall of the ship? Really? Huh. Okay, fine. Good lord, the undo feature is completely unreliable. Because what it does is, yes, it undoes some of what you did, but not in the way you expect. A secondary tower is useless. Come on. Work with me here. Get Spanish galleons to sink, alright? What's your problem? Oh, this thing probably got too long. Fine. We'll get creative. There we go. So, after a lot of adjusting and editing and shit, this is the ship that we have. 8.1 inches of main belt, 3.5 inch fore, 3.5 inch aft, 3 inch main deck, 8 inch conning tower, and 12% longer 9.9 inch guns. This thing is going to set fires, ideally. It'll hopefully be enough, we'll just have to wait and see. However, I also have to build a DD. So, no, it's not going to be that. The E-class. I mean, it's an interesting design, but it's not what I want to design. I want to have something that is going to be fairly long. Let's say 1,400 tons should work. It's going to be about 30 inches, well, 30 inches. It's going to be about 30 knots. And it's going to be in the same vein as that Burninator powerful ship. So it's going to be very much geared towards burning down the target. I got 5-inch Mark II. What if I build a stealthy DD? Would that work? Like, make it... Minimum displacement. Like nothing. Just make a sheer torpedo boat. It doesn't have to survive. It just says you cannot lose your entire task force. That is something that I can do. Maybe. So yeah. Torpedoes it is. This is not a destroyer. This is a torpedo delivery boat. Please don't confuse the two. Yep. The gun's going to sit over there. That means more torpedo launchers. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go with 19-inch torpedo launchers, fast launchers, and these are 4.4 kilometer range. So what do we poop into the water? 15 torpedoes. Isn't that nice? 15 torpedoes. This thing is very, very, very cheap to run. 371,000 a month. Speed is life. So... Oh, I knew I forgot something. A funnel. There. A funnel. 500,000 a month. And we're going to make that worse. We're going to speed this thing up. 600k per month. 39 knots. Ooh, that's a bit much. 36 knots. 37 knots. Yeah, 37 knots. I don't care about range. Because, well, we're going on a one-way trip. Deliver the torps. Coming back is optional. Mostly. It's really that simple. So, yeah, 621k per month. The CA is 10 million a month, so that's something entirely different. So this thing sets it on fire and potentially burns away some part of the crew. This thing runs at the ship, drops as many torps as it possibly can, and then tries to disengage. I have a plan. No, I don't need mirror mode, thank you very much. Is it possible to rotate this launcher? It is not. The plan was put one launcher over there, put the other launcher over there, and have it shoot over the whole ship. But I guess that will not work. Because seeing the expected longevity, or the distinct lack thereof, it is entirely possible that these DDs... Look at the roll. Jesus, might as well capsize right now. It's entirely the plan to have this thing pump out as many torpedoes as possible, but the chances of it surviving long enough to reload, or even to turn around and try to bring another side to bear, is exceedingly awful. I.e. low. Let's put a slightly better funnel on this, shall we? 52%. Okay, well, it's not great. So we can dump 12 torpedoes into water. I'm expecting to lose at least 2 of these. Let's go. Game time. We're in a storm. Isn't that lovely? Normally, I'd hate this, but in this situation, I actually really welcome it, because it's going to be a double or nothing. We're going to be able to charge this thing with the DDs a heck of a lot better now. Low fuel. This is what you get when you don't put the range slider, at least to the, what seems to be the midway point. I put it on tick 2 out of 5, I think. And the game just goes, yeah, your ships are going to start with low fuel, because apparently it took 1,000 kilometers to get to the battle. In a custom battle. Ugh. Why is this even a factor in custom battles? I don't like this. Anyway, find me a Spanish warship. And ideally, have it appear right out of the mists. It's kind of where I like it. Because that means I have the possibility to land more than one torpedo at it. I'm only doing 17 knots. Oh, found it. Hello. It must be the 8-inch menace. Good lord. Okay. That's a very compact superstructure, and the rest of the superstructure is just guns, period. Cool. Also, some single barrel, what, 11s? 13s. And what 34 8-inch? Alright, I see how it is. That's what we're gonna kill. DDs. Listen up. You're gonna go over there, and you're gonna sink some warship. do it at best speed. If that best speed is 19 knots, so be it. I would like it to be quicker, but, well, this is the ship that we've been given. Fortunately, it seems that either... Yeah, I was going to say either we haven't been detected, but we have, or this ship doesn't care about my DDs. It seems to be the latter. And I think that, considering I'm also inside of smokescreen, they're going to have a lot of difficulty even finding me. But, that works both ways. I can't see shit. I don't know where the enemy battleship is. I suspect, yeah, there. I was going to say, I think it went kind of that way. Ooh, Ulysses. 3 fires. Hard starboard. Torpedo when ready. Oh, you already did? When? Oh, you landed a dud. Oh, and you're also pitching in. What? How many torps do you guys start out with anyway? 24. So you launched 9 at them. I like the initiative. Our torpedo's actually working now. Boom. Boom. More boom. 64% structural integrity damage. Sorry, integrity left. Ammo detonations all over the place. Ulysses is having a bit of a rough time, but this battleship has it worse. More torpedoes in the water. Of course, some of them are going to be duds. But some of them are going to strike true. And... boom. 590 points of damage. Not bad. 600 million. Okay. 26 knots. This thing's probably faster in a storm than I am. There's the torps. Okay. This thing is down to 19% buoyancy. Ulysses has somehow survived the 6 hits that it's taken. You survived a hit from a 13-inch. Because of course you did. Buoyancy down to 11%. All engines are out. Structural integrity reduced to 39%. They did have some ammo explosions apparently in the main gun, causing quite a lot of loss of firepower. And, more importantly, the guns have fallen silent. More torpedoes in the water. It looks like it's something that resembles a cross-torp. 6% buoyancy. I think Sturgeon has more torpedoes ready. Right? Because you got 12 launchers there. 5% buoyancy. Yep, there's more torpedoes coming out of Sturgeon. I need 1 hit. Not like that. Wager is reloading. And Ulysses survived? Okay. Powerful, get over here. Burn it to the ground. Or to the water, I guess. Their damage control is awful now. Standard quarters. Maximum bulkheads. More torpedoes coming in. Boom. That's a lot of damage. 2% buoyancy. This thing went down a heck of a lot faster than expected. A lot easier too. Boom. Done. Wow. And that's how you do it. Just like that. All ships survived. The whole task force is going to make it back alive. But I lucked out with the storm. Had I not had the storm, it would have been far, far more difficult to keep this thing afloat. Well, the whole task force, I mean. The storm kind of concealed the fact that my ships had low fuel. Because the 8-inch Menace simply didn't have the time to take this ship out. Well, any of them. As for the price tag, let's say the total maintenance, I'll put that up on screen here. It's not a cheap way to sink a ship, but considering how cheap my destroyers were, I think it's actually not that bad. This thing is 11 million or 10.5, and then we got 4 DDs worth 622 per month. Perfect. Okay, well, let's see how the other guys did. Link down below in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. See you soon for more.